तेषां के योगवित्तमः श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यावेशमनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्य माव्याक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवं सन्नियं येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामाव्याक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्याक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिरवाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पाठ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम् मय्येव मन आधस्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्मा परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान् श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम् अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यार्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यस्मान्नो युज्यते लोको लोकान्नो युज्यते जयः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगै मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धाना भक्तास्तेऽतीव मे प्रियः ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता सूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे भक्तियोगो नाम द्वादशोऽध्यायः हरिः ओम तत्सत् हरिः ओम तत्सत् हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु शुभं भूयात् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखार बिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं है। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है। इस उपदेश को सृष्टि के आरंभ से ही सुनाया गया था। सबसे पहले इस उपदेश को सुनने वाले सूर्य नारायण थे, फिर मनु महाराज हुए, फिर इक्ष्वाकु महाराज हुए। इस प्रकार परंपरा से चलता हुआ ये गीता ज्ञान द्वापर युग में कई लाख वर्ष के बाद फिर से भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को सुनाया।
We'll continue to our
Yes, we'll continue with the healing session, please.
Precious Lord of the universe, just now I open my heart and my mind to know you and to trust you. I embrace trust. Now you can gently open your eyes to know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness. You are a particle of the Almighty, and all you have to do is to shine brightly everywhere you go. You will be helping your beloved ones. You'll be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev, Jai Geeta Mata.
Can I share the screen or is it there?
Yeah, the screen is showing right.
Okay, thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much, Geeta Kiranji. Very beautifully and melodiously sound and celestial music of divine crystal balls and your soothing voice does give us tremendous relaxation. Thank you so much. We are on the chapter 4, which is Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga, and that's where we begin, discuss about it, and we'll keep continuing it for next 3-4 weeks. Very important chapter after Karma Yoga. So, let me pray to my Guru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. We usually do the prayer of togetherness. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavati Tamastu Mahavidvisavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This chapter is so important that I will say, once we graduate from chapter 3, Karma Yoga, it takes us further and add some wisdom how to do the best karma yoga. Although a simple karma yoga as understood in chapter 3 is good enough, but to get better, chapter 4 will have a lot to give it to us. Up to 8 verses, it discusses what is soul, what is Atma. As we hear again and again, and also as Gurudev tells, and we heard today, जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर उपदेश को धारण करता है वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वर सुखी प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं. Is anyone with full unconditional faith studies Bhagavad Gita will learn what is soul. He will attain to Ishwaratva. That means he will understand the soul. And that wisdom is going to be discussed again and again. Then from there, we'll discuss up to chapters, verses 17, how the soul acts through body. And once you understand who you are, then you get into the state of enlightenment. You are enlightened. And once you are enlightened, then anything that you do, no action can bind you. Means you are free to do anything once you are enlightened. So that's important. And you are enlightened once you attain the Iswara Sukhi Prapti. And then it goes further and talks about many sacrifices. We remember very famous words of Yajna. And we all know Brahmarpanam, Brahmavir, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. So it's a part of one of the many types of yajna. We'll discuss that more. And once we know the Brahma from Brahma, the entire cycle completes itself. We really don't do anything. Something is doing through us. That through us is Atma. And once we get yajna and understand yajna's karma, our everything culminates into wisdom. And Sri Krishna advises to gain the wisdom. Is that all we will be discussing in the next 3 to 4 verses, 3 to 4 sessions. As I take it back again, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna very quickly that I told this to son, who told in turn to his son Vivasan, who passed it on to Manu, who also wrote Manu Smriti. And after Manu, time passed, and this wisdom was lost. And it was, of course, given to Swaku. By the way, Swaku was the sun clan, and Rama was many generations after, and then Sri Krishna came. So Sri Krishna tells, once Arjuna talks to Krishna, Sishyataham sadhimam papannam. I am your disciple. Please help me, get me out of this mess that I feel myself in. We are all in a kind of mess, and I'll discuss it. So she tells Arjuna, and so many things. I was there before, you don't know, you were there too, and we are here again in this life, and we'll be again next life. Very important concepts. And that's what we discuss in these classes. We were there before, and it was very clearly mentioned in the 15th chapter that when this Atma leaves the body, it takes certain things with it and wait for the proper womb where it can come back in this world. And when it comes back in this world, it comes with all the accounting that he has generated in the form of vasana, and he pays everything that he has to pay, that he has a debit, and he gets pretty much all the credit. So this debit and credit keeps happening, and when the last time comes to give up this body, then there's some accounting is left. You have cleaned up some of the negative acts, you have generated some positive, or vice versa. So again, same cycle, again and again and again and again. But fortunately, we are humans, and we have been given by our Creator the intellect that we have a choice to make. And dear friends, let me tell you, you cannot be stationary. Tomorrow, you will be better than today, or you will be worse than today. You're never going to be same as today. You are changed. So our goal is to be better than today, every day. So this day is very, very important. And thank to our Gurudev. I don't think we are worthy to thank him that we came in his contact. He trusted us, gave us Diksha and Mantra. And whenever we think about him, you take a Bhagavad Gita in your hands and think about him, and something happens to you. He has given that spiritual power to you, but you have to feel and take it further. So one thing that I can say, let's make sure tomorrow we are better than today. If we are not better than today, we are not the same as today, we will be worse than today. So make a vow and commitment, we are going to be better. Then Sri Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya gyanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya sadatmanam sajamyaham. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness and an increase in unrighteousness, Arjuna, at that time I manifest myself on earth. And this decline of righteousness and increase in unrighteousness, whenever he says. And when you go deeper into your life, you will find out every day we are in a situation where we are in declining of righteousness and increase in unrighteousness. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad. When we are angry, you are in unrighteousness stage. And when we are in a group like this, we are increased in righteousness. So as I mentioned, either we are negative or positive from this moment upward. There's all hope. We are upward. And this Lord sitting in our heart manifests Himself in us, through us. And when we do wrong things, He is our Savior and He can take us to the next positive steps. So we should always feel that we are, or He is in touch with us. Mama wants to give okay. We are His answer, part, and He is infinite. So we have an element of infiniteness, and to know that infinity thing is what we will discover again and again. And once we discover, people label us as realized soul. And it is possible to realize there is no if and buts about it. Gurudev has given us the key to be that level. We will be there. We are very much there. It's a matter of meditating for a few minutes. Think of Gurudev. Think of yourself part of that divinity. And once you get to that point, you will never worry about anything of this Maya in this samsara. This Mahabharata is nothing more than our life. We are miserable at times, we are happy at the other time. Duryodhan won, Dhritarashtra will be happy, Duryodhan lost, he will be unhappy. Same thing with our life. We are no different than Dhritarashtra. We are blinded by this Maya. To get out of this Maya, Gurudev has given us Bhagavad Gita to us. And interestingly enough, in last satsang of Sunday morning, he mentioned this, that again Sri Krishna has given this knowledge to Arjuna because he is very dear to him. And Gurudev told in Chicago last week, and today I am giving you the same Gita's knowledge to you all. So this is a yogic, it's a supernatural. Why it works, how it works, something is there in this composed Bhagavad Gita. When you take it in your hands and open any page and read it, something happens positively. I feel it happens to me, and I'm sure you are not different. We all are blessed to have that. And then he says, to perfect the righteousness, I come again and again. So why yuge? It's because to perfect the good, to destroy the evil, and to establish the dharma or understanding of the spirituality. They are all spiritual. We all have the capability and intellectuality to realize spirituality, and the famous proverb we have, I am that, मैं आत्मा हूँ, तत्त्वमसि. And that is very, very likely we will reach to that level before we shed this body. Otherwise, we'll come back, but we will get there because Gurudev has given us this wonderful, alokik, supernatural composed Bhagavad Gita. And we are really fortunate. And as a matter of fact, I want to be a little more biased. In India, we are sitting on many of the scriptures like gold mines. And one of the very rich gold mines that we have is Bhagavad Gita. And it's not us now. Everywhere in the world, anyone who has intellectually read Bhagavad Gita has become devotee of Bhagavad Gita. And we know that, I mentioned it before, a very famous actor, I think I heard somewhere that he charges the highest fee for his work. He says, I am 90% through Bhagavad Gita. My inner Arjun is being channeled. And there are many YouTubes, you can go on YouTube and find about Will Smith and see he has been very positively affected. American guy is affected by Bhagavad Gita. We are lucky, we are born coming from the very close. By the way, Thailand and Malaysia is part of our ancient India. We are the same people and we are very, very fortunate that we come from that part of the world. We have lots of gold and one wonderful mind that we are sitting on is Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very, very much, Jai Shri Krishna. I just want to have the darshan of Hanumanji. I am carried away with Hanumanji because his heart has Sri Rama, Sita. And when I see Hanumanji, I think of myself breathing strongly, and that is Hanuman. The power of Hanuman is the power of his breathing. Jai Shri Krishna, thank you very much. If I have taken a couple of minutes extra, Dr. Saab, forgive me.
No,
And I request Dr. Saab to take over. Thank you, Dr. It's yours. Give us 5 minutes at the end so we can wrap it up. Thank you so much.
वंशी विभूषित करान नवनीरदाभात पीतांबरा धरुणबिंब फलाधरोष्टा पूर्णेन्दु सुंदर मुखात् अरविंद नेत्रात् कृष्णात् परम किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने. I thought of putting this as a slide, and I know most of you will be knowing this prayer and the meaning of it, but let me just go through it so that we keep this in mind when we pray to Lord Sri Krishna. This is composed by Madhusudan Saraswati. You know, he has written commentary on Bhagavad Gita, very popular one. After writing chapter 15, somehow or other he felt he had imagination to put in words, and he composed this prayer, which means Krishnat param kimapi tattva aham na jane. I do not know any reality other than Lord Sri Krishna. And in remaining part, he describes the way he has a feeling about Lord Krishna. He says that Krishna, Vansi Vibhushita Kara, whose hands are adorned with a flute. Navanirad Abhat, his luster, his face glows like that of fresh rain cloud. Pitambara, he wears yellow clothes. Aruna Bimba Phaladharostat, his lips are red as a bimba flower, fruit. There is a bimba fruit which has a unique red color, and that color is taken as one which is glowing the lips of Lord Sri Krishna. Purnendu Sundar Mukhat, his face is as beautiful as the full moon, and eyes Aravinda Netra, eyes are like lotus flower. Guru Bandana. Ajnanatimirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I offer obeisance unto Sri Gurudev, who has Chakshur Unmilitam Yena, who has opened my eyes. Which eye? That is Ajnana Timirantasya, that has been blinded by ignorance. How? Through Jnananjana Shalakaya, with the use of collyrium of knowledge. जिसने ज्ञानांजन रूप शलाका से द्वारा अज्ञान रूपी अंधकार को आंखों को उन्होंने खोल दिया है, ऐसे गुरु को नमस्कार. Divine souls, last week on my way to conclude discussion on this chapter 3 verse 30, which I could not complete because the time was up. Now, as you all know, that the main reason behind the long dialogue between Lord Sri Krishna and Arjuna, the Sri Krishna Sambad, the main issue was Yuddha. Arjuna had given up completely. Nayotsa iti Govinda ukta tusnim babhuvaha. That is verse 9 of chapter 2. He has completely given up. That he said, declared before Lord, I'm not going to fight. But then this was a fight to eradicate, as Joshiji has just said, that Lord takes the form of a being, human being, with some purpose. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthan adharmasya tadadmanam srijameham. So he has come, Lord has appeared in this universe at that time in Dwapara Yuga with a purpose. And that purpose was annihilate all those felons. They had caused a lot of ills to the society. So in order to protect those wise men and to get rid of these people, bad people, felons, Lord wanted this Kurukshetra war to go on. But when Lord talks about Kurukshetra war, he also talks about in his sermon, which he delivers, he not only makes Arjuna stand up and fight, but he also, through his Upadesa, delivers to the humanity at large to face the world, to face the ills in the body, which is a part of samsara. So that the purpose is both ways. One is, of course, to let Arjuna get up and fight. At the same time, Lord has given through his Upadesh, which we all read, the mankind, that kind of message, that kind of Upadesa, so that they can get rid of the ills within the body and face the samsara. Yuddhasva. That is the word which I wanted to deliberate upon a bit. Now, as you know, I talked about this last time, that Lord has gone from chapter 2 to chapter 11, and he has given direct instruction to Arjuna, stand up and fight. But then he stops there and takes up this again at the end of it. I had mentioned this. But let me come to this verse verse 7 of chapter 8, where also this word Yuddha is appearing. Now, it is interesting that this Yuddha word Lord is using in chapter 8, when in fact he is replying to Arjuna's question. You remember very well that in chapter 8, verse 1 and 2, Arjuna has asked one after another 8 questions. Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam kim karma purushotma tamam adibhutam cha kim proktam adidaivam kim uchate adiyagya katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katham gyeyosi niyatatmavi. I will not go into the detail of all these 8 questions, but the one question which is relevant, and this is the answer to Arjuna's last question, prana kale cha katham gyeyosi niyatatmavi. Oh Lord, please tell me as to how you are to be realized at the time of death. How at the time of death you can be realized. Now, Lord is talking, this talk is going on about the death and the time of death. And Lord is giving us a clue that you are not, if you want to remember me at the time of death, you will need to remember me all the time. So he says, Tasmat sarvesu kalesu. Every time, every moment, as we go around in our work, as far as possible, we should try to remember Lord. Mamanusmar yuddhacha. Here, he is not only talking about Arjuna to go to the fight, but he also telling us all that while in life you are facing problems, you remember me all the time. If example is given of Tanpura, if you know musicians, when they have got so many instruments going on, there's one person at the back, he will have this Tanpura, and that goes on ting, 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 ting. It has got sa, and musicians know that that is very, very important. They follow that Tanpura, the tune of Tanpura. That is the one which one should be having in mind all the time when you are performing our action. And that is keeping Lord in our mind all the time. One of the sages has mentioned that Lord has given us 2 hands. With one hand, you catch hold of all the time, feel that you are catching hold of Lord's foot. And the other hand, you use for performing actions in the world. That is the meaning of Yuddhasva. So we understand that verse and we end talking, discussion about verse 30. Coming to verse 31 and 32, these 2 verses are together in the sense, in verse 31, while Lord talks about those people, ye me madamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto nasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhihi. Ye manava, Lord is addressing manava. You can see in Bhagavad Gita, Lord also talks about jantavaha. So it is not jantavaha. Jantava means all kinds of animals and plants and all jantus. But when we talk of manava, it is he's addressing to human being. Because only human being has that mind and intellect capacity to be able to get absorbed with Brahma or to meditate or think in that direction. So Lord is addressing Manavaha. So those men, then there are two words. Shraddhavanto, Suyanto. What do they do? Me matamidam nityam anutishtanti. Whatever my teachings, whatever my teachings I have given, idam mama matam. What are those idam matam? Let us go back. I will tell in a minute. So me matam idam, but this, that just now what he has given the message, matam anutishtanti, they follow. What? Nityam, all the time, constantly, they follow the teachings given by me with Shraddha and Anasuyanto. I will explain. What happens to them? Muchante tepi karmabhihi. They are liberated from the bondage of action. As you know, excuse me, actions have got some element of effect that binds the individual to the world. So Lord is saying that if those people who with Shraddha and with Asuya Bhav, they follow my instructions constantly, they are liberated from the bondage of action. Now let us see what are those things, those matam he had just said. He has said these matam. In the verse 30, as I go back again, this is very, very, very important sloka, which we must remember that, because there is nothing in this beyond which you will find Bhagavad Gita, all whatever teachings are there, they all can be put together under all these categories. Two things: surrender all actions to me with mind fixed on me. One part. Without what? Without having expectation for things you don't have. We don't have things, we have expectation. Then if once we have the thing, then we want to have possess it. So without any possessive attitude, and again, for those you have, you will lose it, feeling of that feeling that you will lose it, fear of losing it, without feeling of distraught. So these are the mata Lord has given, and he's referring to that these are my mata I have just given. If one who follows that with faith and asuya bhav. Now, what are these two words? We have known about this many, many times and will keep on coming all the time. There is no correct word to describe in English this word Shraddha. Commonly one uses faith, but faith is not actually Shraddha. Faith alone is not Shraddha. You can have faith on somebody who will give you, convert your money into wrong way, or you will have faith on somebody, you ask him to carry from one place to another. There are so many things you can have faith on that, but that is not Shraddha. Shraddha has three combined factors. See, must have a devotion, must have faith and love. Faith, love, and devotion, these three, bhakti, प्रेम और विश्वास, भक्ति, प्रेम, विश्वास तीनों हो तब वो श्रद्धा कहलाता है. श्रद्धा is a, Tagore has described, faith is the bird that feels the light and starts chirping when the dawn is still dark. सुबह हुआ नहीं है, अंधेरा है, 3:30-4 बजे का समय करीब. चिड़िया को समझ में आया था कि सवेरा होने वाला है, सूरज तो उगेंगे ही, ये उसे विश्वास हो जाता है. और वो चुन चुन करने लगती है सवेरा के इंतजार में. So that is what the description of विश्वास, भक्ति और प्रेम तीनों होना चाहिए. So that is Shraddha, and we will keep talking about Shraddha again and again. And Bhagavad Gita, so many places the Shraddha word has come. This Anasuya has come 3 times in Bhagavad Gita. There is one time in chapter 18, verse 71. Again, there these 2 words are there. Shraddhavan Anasuyascha Shrunuyadapi yo naraha sopi mukta subhan lokan prapnuyad punya karmanam. That is again in chapter 18, verse 71. Again, the 2 words, look at the 2 words together. Shraddhavanto suyanto, Shraddhavan Anasuyanta. Now, here, Anasuya, that is the one word is Asuyanta. This is Anasuyanta. Opposite of Asuyanta, opposite to that is Anasuyanta. That is, when we talk of Asuyanta, it is a negative tendency that makes one see deficiency or defect or some dose in others. You will know, this person will not appreciate any good thing in somebody else. अगर नेबर को के पास मर्सिडीज आ गई या उसने बड़ा भारी मकान बना लिया, तो he doesn't appreciate. On the other hand, he will say, oh, that car will guzzle a lot of diesel. This will not be able to grow for too long. It will get destroyed. See, negative things, he will have always tendency to think negative about it. There is one story which tells that one should not cavil. This is what is cavil. Another word is cavil. That you will be talking bad about something. Even if it's doing good, you will see something wrong in it. That is the purpose of using this word. So Lord is saying that there are people who will even find fault in my teaching. Now, if somebody finds fault in my teaching, of course, he will be in that what he is saying in next verse. Ye tvet abhyetvedabhya suyanto nanutishtanti me matam sarv jnana vibudhasthan vidhi nashtana chetasah. So this is connected verse. This verse is talking about the negative, opposite of what was mentioned in verse 31. Those, however, who finding fault with the doctrine of mind, do not follow it. He says, know them to be deluded in the matter of all knowledge. Sarva jnana vibudhasthan vidhi nashtana chetsa, that his senseless fellow is utterly ruined. That is the nasta. That is the strong word Lord is using for those who are finding fault even in my doctrine. So Avasuyan having fault-finding attitude. You know, there are people who say, why you are wasting so much of ghee while you are performing yajna. He's saying you should give that ghee to the people to eat. They don't have food to eat, and you are spoiling so much of ghee, burning so much of ghee lost. Why you are bathing Lord with milk? So much milk is wasted. When they see the milk abhishekam, then they get so disturbed. What is happening? You are wasting so much of milk. This milk could have been given to the poor for drinking. So these are the people who even in the yajna and performance of rituals, they find fault in that. So that is the classical example of abhyasuyantaha. Now, when Lord says sarva jnana vibudhasthan, he is comparing with those who are ahankara vimudhatma or dharma sammudha cheta. Lord is saying here He's using word qualifying Vimudha with Sarvajnana Vimudha. He means to say that these are not those simple people who has no understanding, like, or those who are ahankari, full of ahankar, and he's deluded because of that. No, these are fully knowledgeable. They think themselves to be knowledgeable. They have bookish knowledge. They consider themselves to the high level in the society, have highly placed persons in the society to guide them to the path according to them. So when we said Sarvajnana Vimudhan is criticizing, he's trying to pinpoint on those people who consider themselves to be knowledgeable and advice giving to the society for the betterment. They have different advice. They will not follow my instruction. Matamidam anna antisthanti. They do not follow my mata. So those people, they are deluded, fully deluded, and they are utterly ruined. I think I will stop here because time is over. We will take care of the few things next week. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prasad ji. Joshi ji, unmute yourself. Unmute kijiye. There you are.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prasad ji. Beautifully analyzed with a color-coded. Very beautiful. Thank you so much. At this time, I want to request, please register for the international conference going to be held on 17, 18, and 19. Most of you already have the registration link and form. Please fill it out and send it to your friends and family and youth as soon as possible. From now on, we want to add at least 100, 150 more to the database. So please do that. People are working very hard in India, Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, and our support can be to give them as many delegates as possible. We have a wonderful speaker, Swami Bhomanandji, very good English speaking, very, very knowledgeable Swami. So we will be very, very enlightened to listen to them. So thank you very much. All I can tell you, when I come, see you all, listen to Dr. Prasad and myself talking to myself, it's the best time that I feel experience. And thanks to Geeta Kiran ji for organizing it. And I really thank myself. The best time I have is Thursday evening and Sunday morning after every time that I pass through. Thank you, Peter ji, and everybody who's helping make it happen. Jai Sri Krishna, good night. See you again Sunday morning and Thursday. Please fill out your forms as soon as possible. Thank you.
Please, Joshi ji will keep this time as it is going now. We don't
like 15
as it is. As it is.
That means 5:45 your time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like as per the email that is sent out, those are the timings.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Perfect. Excellent.
Thank you, thank you so much.
Yes, Krishna.
Thank you, Sakti. Nice to see you. When I see Naresh Sharma, I thought, who is this? But it has to be wonderful Sakti Bhagavad on the back. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, everybody.
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Krishna.